my channel. My name is Natalia, this is Crafting with Natalia, and today I have a Flosstube video for you. Okay, so it's been 3 weeks since my last Flosstube, which I know is longer than I thought. I think I said in my last video that it was going to be 2 weeks. But, I thought last week about recording a Flosstube, but I really didn't feel like I had enough, and I really wasn't in a place for recording a Flosstube, if that makes sense. It's been very eventful 3 weeks in my life, and I've had to recover a little bit. So I've gone a little bit off social media, so I apologize if you are a fellow creator, if you've been, I don't know, posting on Instagram or on YouTube and I haven't yet seen your posts or videos, because I'm really behind. Basically, I had to take a little break, and I still try every now and then to check my Instagram, to check out what's going on YouTube, but I am very, very behind. I've got a very long list of videos I need to watch, and I haven't gone through them all yet. So I'm kind of slowly, bit by bit, going through them, but you know, new videos keep being posted every day, so I'm really, really behind now. But anyway, all that to say that also that was the reason why I didn't record a Flosstube last weekend or a diamond painting update. I just recorded a short announcement video. You may have seen it. It was about the all... Guys, even I don't remember what it was about. It was about the all things C craft along hashtag. I think that's the hashtag, yes, all things C, which I will be talking more about later in the Flosstube, to show you my stitching for that hashtag. But it's just a hashtag that I started. It was kind of it was my diamond painting friend who kind of pushed me to do it finally. She posted under this hashtag first, and she made a video unboxing diamond painting where she tagged me as well, and I thought, okay, since now this is started, I have to start posting as well, and I thought I'll do an official announcement last week, so that's why I recorded last weekend. But really, well, I don't really want to like spend a long time on here talking about my personal life. But I feel like I should really tell you guys because it has happened, and well, it's a long story really. Everything is a long story, why it happened so quickly, why it happened the way it did, and I don't think this is the right video to be telling this story because it would take way too much time. But enough to say that I am a married lady now. Yes, I am a married lady. But it's not been a straightforward kind of a road for us. So my husband now, yes, I have a husband. It's bizarre to say that, but I do. He's had immigration issues, and we decided to marry quite quickly so that we can sort out his paperwork basically, and so that he can, now he's actually left the country and he's applying for his spouse visa from Albania, where he's from. And so now I'm alone for quite a few months before his visa application is complete, before he can return here. So I'm on my own for now, and you know, it's just been a lot of things to process, because of course with the circumstances that we just had a small ceremony here, and then kind of a small celebration, but still it was quite stressful, and then he left quite quickly after, and now I'm alone, and it's just, you know, it's a lot of things to process. So anyway, so all that to say that it's been hard for me to get into the right mindset to record videos, and also I wasn't sure what to tell you guys about it, and I wasn't kind of ready to talk about it so much. So anyway, this is it now. I've told you this is out of the way, so that's good. But also I guess that maybe that will also explain why my stitching has been a little bit chaotic over the past 3 weeks. Actually all my crafting has been very chaotic. Because, and I think, you know what, I was watching a Flosstube video this morning. It was actually first time I was watching Imogen from Imogen Cross Stitch, I think, or Imogen X Stitch. I will link her down below. If you haven't watched Imogen, I've only watched her first video today, but I loved it so much. She has such a soothing voice, and I really love her, the way she talks about her cross stitch, and I don't know, I think this is going to be a really interesting channel to watch. And also I wanted to mention her later as well, because I love her stitching. But she said something that kind of resonated with me as well. She said that mental health is not talked about enough in Flosstube community, and I agree. I think I've seen lately some other creators also talking about mental health and how cross-stitch and how this community really helps, you know, helps knowing that you're not alone in struggling with mental health. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess what I was trying to say is that for me, stitching, for me, crafting is kind of part of my journey to help me with my mental health struggles. Because I have been struggling the past 3 weeks. For me, it was quite overwhelming. It was a lot of emotions to process. There was a lot of things going on, and I don't do well when there's a lot of things going on, because I'm quite slow at processing emotions, and I tend to like overreact to things. I tend to get either super happy or I get super down or super angry, and I tend to be quite emotional about things. So, you know, so there's been a lot of emotions to process, and I guess I've been trying to find ways to process them by kind of jumping from one project to another, finding the project that I want to stitch at the moment, or a little bit of diamond painting. I also actually tried doing some drawing. Last week I went to I don't know what I'm telling you. You must be so bored. This is a channel about crafting, not about. But anyway, I think this is important to talk about, guys. You know, it's important sometimes to say why we do crafting. I mean, sometimes we just do it for fun, right? I mean, most of the time we just do it for fun. But I think a lot of us also use it as a form of therapy. You know. It helps to process things, and it helps to deal with stress and deal with anxiety, for me at least, and I know for some other people as well. But anyway, yeah, so I've been doing some drawing as well. I don't know if I should show you guys something that I want to kind of continue on that drawing, but let me see. So last week I went to Kew Botanic Gardens. It was because we have a heat wave in the UK. By the way, I have a fan on, and it's I have to have a fan on because it's so hot. Like even now it's cooler than it was, but it's still so hot. I'm like sweating, so I've got a little fan. I hope it's not making too much background noise. It's just a small one. But anyway, so I went to to Kew Botanic Gardens. I don't know if they're royal or not. But that kind of inspired me to do some try some botanical drawings, and I've got this little book I can show you that I'm trying to use as a basically they show you examples of things that you can draw, and I was using this. There's like this these, what do you call them? I don't know. Pussy willow, pussy willow. Yes, pussy willow. Anyway, let's forget that. Anyway, so I was using this book to learn to do some drawing, and I did. So I started on one, and I've gone this far. But basically, it's nothing. I'm just learning because I haven't really been drawing for years and years, but just a few months ago I started picking up some drawing and some painting, and it gives me a lot of joy as well. If I do something that I'm happy with, it really makes me quite happy. So yes, I started drawing this one, and I want to add some branches here as well of the pussy willow. Anyway, yeah, but this is not about, this is a video about cross stitch, right? So let's talk about cross stitch. So yeah, what I was trying to say is that I've worked on many different projects, but I don't feel like I've done so much. I don't know, like I have so many things that are impressive to show you. So I feel like it's kind of going to be a boring video, so I'm sorry if it's going to be boring. I hope you have your stitching with you. Oh, you know what? I've made a coffee and I completely forgot to bring it. So if you give me a second, guys, there's a coffee on the stove. I'm gonna. I mean, it's not cooking anymore. I put it aside, so it's fine. But I didn't pour it into a mug, so I'm gonna bring a mug of coffee. Okay, I've got it. So as you can see, this is not going to be one of the organized. Has there ever been an organized video from me? I don't think so. But this one is going to be, I don't know. I'm just, this is the way I've been feeling. I think I'm better now than I was like a week ago. but my brain is still kind of so I need to like, today I'm just going to take things slow, and I'm sorry if I talk too much, about things that maybe like are not cross-stitch related. Maybe you can skip this video if you don't like, or maybe you can skip forward if you don't like too much talking about non-cross-stitch things. But I need to take things slow today, because otherwise I won't ever be able to record this, because it's too much for my little brain today. Yes, so first of all, I wrote notes a week ago, so they're not really up to date. But there's some things in here that are still important that I want to definitely say today. So one thing I wanted to say, so yes, all things see craft along, hashtag here. All things see craft along is officially started. So if you have a sea theme project and you would like to join, any sea theme project, can literally be anything that you think you can relate to the sea. I really don't mind. It's just fun for me to see what you guys are working on. Can be cross stitch, can be diamond painting, can be anything really, can be whatever craft you do. Show me something new, or it can even be drawing, painting, whatever. It's just about having fun together and connecting with each other. That's really all that this is about. And I've already had some lovely response from you guys. So Melanie M, so Melanie who won giveaway in my previous Flosstube. It was the bear from Cottage Garden Samplings. Melanie, she started on a kit from Dimensions Petite. And the kit is Lighthouse. I'm not sure if that's the title. I think so. So anyway, I will insert a picture here of the kit that she's working on. So it's a lovely image of a lighthouse. Looks like a lovely stitch. And that was just like a few days after my last Flosstube that she emailed me this picture. She already made a good progress on this project, so here's her progress as well. So look guys, so some lovely stitching from Melanie M. I also have, so I mentioned Rachel from Ditsy Diamond Painter. She was the one who started the hashtag really well for me. And she's working, I can insert here actually a picture of her diamond painting that she's working on. She's probably close to being finished because she diamond paints super fast. So thank you guys for joining so much. And one more funny comment that I had, so it's kind of like, I think that also counts. Joining my craft along. Now I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly or not. So I think it's Heike or maybe Hike. I think it's Heike. I don't know. Heike Florina. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering this. Painted crabs on her nails. Which I think is hilarious. So see, there's all sorts of ways that you can join me in crafting sea related things. You can even paint your nails, and I think that's awesome. And feel free, whatever you do, feel free to send me an image, a picture. If you don't want to post on Instagram, you don't have to. You can just email me on craftingwithnatalia without any spaces, any dots. craftingwithnatalia@gmail.com. The email address can be found in the description below. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. So thank you all so much for encouraging. I know also that some people are planning to join. I know that Denise from the Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, Denise, she just got a new chart and she's going to start it. I'm not sure, you may have already started it, Denise. I'm not sure because I have to say I haven't watched your most recent video yet because I'm behind, as I said. But she did let me know that she was going to also join in. So that's really fun as well to know that Denise is joining us. I love Denise and her channel. It's such a lovely channel. So that's great. By the way, any channels that I mention, and same with any shops or any designers, anything that I don't know that I can find and link for you below, I will link it. I will link those channels or those designers below as well. I do try to list all of the the things I talk about in the description below. Sometimes I run out of space, or sometimes I just simply forget, or sometimes I can't find some information, but if I can include it, I will include it in the description below. Okay, so now I think we should move on to the stitching. And just a sip of coffee. My friend bought me this mug. She actually bought us like a couple of mugs for our small wedding thing. And I don't know if she knew that I love yoga, but I do. Another thing that helps me with anxiety, and also it helps, like, I quite like stretching, like I quite like you know, I don't know, it's a really nice way to not only, like, it's kind of like you meditate, but at the same time you work on your, like, muscles, and you become, like, more flexible. And I like that it's like 2 in 1, kind of, or even 3 in 1, I feel, because you become stronger and you become more flexible, and also you, like, relax your mind. And I actually started yoga. Sorry, this is again not cross-stitch related. I don't know, this video is just becoming a complete mess. But I started yoga when I was having really bad pain in my shoulders and my neck. And sometimes I would have days when I literally couldn't move my neck at all. And then I think some people advised me try yoga. And actually I started doing yoga. At that point I was doing it like every day. Now I don't do it every day. I do it occasionally. But I was doing it every day, and since then I've never had the pain so bad. Honestly, it's really helped. I don't know, like, it would be weird if it was coincidence that since, like, I started doing yoga, it's really gone away almost completely. I still get it, you know, I still get pain, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. So it must be doing something good for you. I think so, definitely. So anyway, my yoga mug. Okay, so now this is a cross stitch part. You know what, I should put, maybe I put at the front of the video in the description below, I'll put, like, if you want to get to the cross stitch, please skip to this minute. Because we are like so many minutes in and I haven't even shown you any cross stitch yet. But okay, taking it slow today, yes guys? Right, so one thing that actually I'm excited about for this month, but this was before I got married, so before I was still sane, like as sane as I get, I started a new thing, but I did tell you I was gonna start it. This is something that was an unexpected start, so I knew it was gonna happen. Why is there floss here? Right. Right, so I told you in my last Flosstube that I wanted to stitch on the, well, I wanted to join the Spooky Summer Stitch, I think, yeah, Spooky Summer Stitch from Chris Cross Stitch. So every year, well, it started last year, but it's continuing this year. Chris Cross Stitch kind of started it. It's basically, the idea is to stitch something that's Halloween, like a Halloween project during summer months. And so I just wanted to join in, because also I found a chart that I really wanted to stitch that was Halloween. And so I thought, well, this is the perfect time to start it. So the chart is Lady Halloween from Jardin Privé. Any French people will now be like laughing at me really bad. I'll be thinking, why is she saying it so weirdly? I don't know how to say this properly, but anyway. This is the company and this is the chart. But I am stitching a version with, it's not just black and grey, but actually it has like orangey brown in it. So I can try and insert the picture here of what that version looks like that I'm trying to stitch. I am stitching it on, that is a good question, why am I stitching it? There was a card that came with it. I feel like, yes, there was a card. Okay, so it's 32 count. It's Murano from Zweigard's, but I'm not sure what that means. Étamine? So this is in French. It's some sort of Murano, which is not white. It's kind of like cream beige. I'm not sure. I got it. So basically, I ordered everything on Jardin Privé's website. And basically, yes, I ordered the fabric from there. I ordered the, it's just TMC floss, but I just ordered the colors I needed from there as well. And they came on these tags. Don't look at my floss. That's why I don't do these floss drops, right? They're called. I don't know how to use them. I swear I don't. I know everybody says it's easy and I know everybody else uses them, but I just make a mess. My floss gets tangled. It becomes, it's just horrendous mess. That's why I use floss away bags. But anyway, but they came on these things. And I ordered the chart from the printed chart from there, and it came to me actually printed in color, with the orange as in the picture, and it's a really nice, very clear, very big chart. So it's lovely to work from that chart actually. And I also have a needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, a cat needle minder. There we go, and this is where I got. So, this happens like literally every time. I have this. I wonder if I could use this as a board, because technically it is a board, no? But it's green, so I'm not sure if this is gonna work. But anyway, let's see if this works. I didn't iron. I should maybe really iron things, but I didn't iron today. I was being a bit lazy. If I kind of pull it down, it looks slightly better. So anyway, so this is her, right? So this is my Lady Halloween. So obviously, well, we can see her kind of chest area, and we can see her face already, and we can see half of her hair. And obviously on the other side is kind of the same thing, although I made some mistakes in the hair, so it's not going to be identical probably. I'm not sure actually if it's meant to be identical, to be honest. And then there's a hat. There's going to be a hat here. I also stitched one letter, letter T. Yeah, I know. I think in one of my previous floss tubes, I said that I don't normally stitch letters, like samplers with letters, because it's not my thing, and I don't really like, you know, kind of quite often you just have these random letters floating about, and I don't really get, you know, I know that in the past when people were when the girls were stitching the letters, that was actually kind of an educational thing as well, like including the letters was, you know, a way for them also to learn the letters and you know, how to stitch different alphabets, and it had kind of different purpose, I think, to now. And I appreciate that, and I really like looking at other people stitching samplers with letters. I just personally, it's not exactly my style of stitching, but it can change as well, because, you know, things change in life as well, and our tastes change as well. But as for now, I don't normally, you know, most of the things I stitch don't really contain letters. But this one is an exception to the rule, because this one, for some reason, the letters don't bother me at all. I kind of barely notice that they're even there, to be honest. I don't know, they just fit in with the background so well, kind of, that they don't bother me. So I actually even enjoyed stitching that T. You may not know, you will not know that. You know that my name is Natalia, right? But actually T is kind of a special letter for me as well, because my whole childhood, and even now, my best friend, who I know from childhood, and even my mom, or some members of my family, sometimes they still call me Tusia. So Natalia in Polish can be changed into, like, well, I think my granny did it. My granny, like, she used like a diminutive version of my name to make it sound kind of sweeter, and she would call me Natusia. And from that, people just shortened it. They cut off the na. Basically, they got rid of the na, and it just stayed Tusia. And so my whole childhood, nobody ever called me Natalia. They just all called me Tusia, Tusia, Tusia. Or my mom even like would make variations of that. But basically, so T for a long time was actually the first name of the first letter of my name in some way. So the T next to her kind of is really cute. I don't know. I felt like, oh, it's like Tusia. Yes, but anyway, this is just another random fact which is not related to cross stitch, and I wonder how many people are going to keep watching this video if I keep going like that. But anyway, it's a weird one. But you know, if you're subscribing to my channel, you know that this is a weird and wonderful channel. So you know, we're not meant to be normal around here, not really. Anybody who sticks around is probably a bit like me. A little bit on the weird side, no? No, I'm kidding. You guys are completely normal. It's just me. But why are you watching me? Right, so the next thing also, okay, also a weird one. But well, the Lady Halloween, I actually really enjoyed this one. I really want to come back to stitching this one, so I may pick it up again, you know, to do a bit more progress on it over summer. Then what happened last weekend, I got a bit, well, I actually can't remember the full story how this happened, but I picked up my daffodils. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is something I'm not very proud of, but I am stitching this, so I feel like I should at least show you, because it proves that I've been doing something, you know. And it's not like I'm just sitting around not doing any stitching. But my daffodils, basically in spring, when I was in my phase, when I was starting to learn to draw a little bit and play around with some watercolors, I also thought it would be so cool to, I was in a phase when I was trying really hard to draw daffodils. And then I thought it would be so cool to try and stitch daffodils. And it would be very cool to try and stitch daffodils, but it turns out it's a really hard thing to do, and I'm not particularly proud of what I've been doing. Basically, that was also around the time when I made my first ever biscornu. If I can find a picture, I will insert it here. But I really like biscornus, and I really want to stitch more of them. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be really cute to make a biscornu which has daffodils on it? So I tried and I just kind of drew some things, and then I tried to stitch them. And basically what I have, wait, I'll show you like this for now. So what I have here is basically the two daffodils. Well, clearly you can see that. but and some leaves, and then basically what the plan is that this daffodil will also be here, and this daffodil will also be here, and it'll be like a square that you can make into a biscornu. So you'll have a daffodil on each corner basically of it, and then a button or a bead in the middle. And then, so this is what, like, I stitched last weekend. I stitched this daffodil here. Now, it's really hard to show this one on camera. I feel that this is one of a very hard, because actually it's even, but in real life now, I'm starting to like it. I will try and insert a picture here of what it looks like, but even taking pictures of it is a bit difficult, because the daffodils, I think that's one issue that I have, is that this fabric blends a little bit with the daffodils themselves, so they don't really stand out. Even though I've put a lot of backstitch to try and make them stand out, they still don't really stand out. But anyway, this is my daffodils, and they have some beads in the middle as well. But yeah, so it's just something I've been playing around with. And then I was trying to figure out what to do for the other side of the biscornu, like the bottom. And I couldn't figure it out. And then eventually I thought maybe I could do something that's kind of like, not like full coverage, but full coverage just around the corners, with like the green and yellows. So I started playing around with that, and I started stitching something like this. And I don't know if this is gonna work. Maybe not. Maybe this is gonna be the most ridiculous biscornu in the world, but anyway, I've stitched this much already, and I've decided, I think that's what it was last weekend. I was like, I'll try stitching a bit more on it, and either I'll ditch it completely, or if I stitch enough and I still kind of like it, and I have to stitch it till the end. So now I'm decided, you know, I'm too far in. I'm not going to ditch it. I'm not going to put it in the bin, because I think, you know, it's still worth persevering. It's not completely awful. So I'm going to try and continue working on this. I'm going to try and finish. So this is just going to be the same corner, for like the same thing for every corner. And then I just have these two daffodils to stitch, and it's gonna be done. So it's really not that far off being done. So I'm going to continue working on this, but it's really nothing very impressive. I realize that. But I also don't want to like ditch it at this point. I don't know. It's not that horrible. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my daffodils. Okay. One thing that I did pick up just before my wedding day is actually something that I haven't worked on in a while. But you guys, if you've been on my channel for a while, you would have seen it a million times now. But it's the modern folk embroidery, the fruit of plenty. And I thought, at that point, I thought I was gonna keep working on it for a few days, and I was gonna finish that. I'm still on the same section, guys. I thought I was gonna finish that third square, yeah, which was March. You know, it was released in March 2021, I think. But yeah, it didn't happen because then I got married, and then I got a bit mad, and then I never picked it up again after that. But anyway, but I did make some progress. I will try and insert here a picture, if I find it, from the last time I showed it to you guys, what it looked like. And yeah, and basically I just worked a little bit on the flowers in the vase. I should really put something behind. Let me do this. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully you can see. I couldn't really decide what to do in terms of the colors, how to plan them, you know, which color to put where. But I've decided in the end to make all the outlines, so all the branches and leaves, to make them brown, and then the flowers, these ones on the inside, they have a bit of blue. So these little details inside the flowers are blue. And there's these two big flowers, one here and one will be on the other side because it's symmetrical. These two flowers, I will make them bright red. Well, I mean, I'm just using 3 colors total for the whole design. And so the flowers will be in red, which is, I think it's 814 or is it 815? I can never remember. But it's one of these 2 colors. So that's what I've done. So not a whole lot of progress, but it's, you know, more, it's better than nothing, I guess. It's actually more than it looks. This project has a lot of stitching in it, much more than it looks like, I think. But that's what also what I wanted to I said I wanted to mention Imogen from Imogen X Stitch earlier on, because I watched her video this morning. And she's really inspired me. You can see I'm so excited. Because, well, first of all, she finished this. Hers is so beautiful. She did, she picked like a green, well, it's not quite, like a sea green kind of fabric. And she made her stitching in like black and white and some, I think like also like sea green. I can't quite remember, but it's so beautiful. Just go and watch her channel, guys. It's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But she did some modifications, and one she did, I'm so all for it. So at the bottom, the very bottom of this design, originally there's like this square with like 2 hands. I don't know which way they're going, I can't remember, but there's maybe like this. There are 2 hands. And I wasn't quite convinced about the 2 hands, to be honest. I don't know, not really my thing. But I'm, you know, it's in there, it's fine, I'll stitch it. But then Imogen, what she did, she replaced the hands with another. So basically, Jacob has like another design from his Black Crosses series, and in that design there's this owl. There's the cutest owl ever. And she put the owl instead of the hands, and it looks so good. It fits perfectly. And so now, and I love owls. I love owls. My mom loves owls. Who doesn't love owls? So that's what I'm gonna do. I know it. Like as long as Imogen is not gonna be upset that I'm copying her idea. But I think this is just such a good idea. I love it. I love it so much. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. If I ever get to the bottom, that is, because I'm very, very far from it right now. So I don't know. Maybe when I'm 70, I will have the owl. All right. So what else? Oh yes, what should I show you first? Well, I did another part of my heartfelt stitch along. I'm looking for my board. Where did it go? Here, but that again, that's green, so I'm not sure. Okay, maybe it will work. So another part of my heartfelt stitch along is here. So oh, what's my camera doing? I have to hold it up. I should have these clips. Anyway, one day I will be prepared. But basically, yes, every month one of these parts was released, and then, well, now all of them have been released. So I'm just missing one final part, which is this one here. I've got all the other columns done. And I'm doing my own colorway, which is a bit random. And I'm not like 100% happy with it either, but it's too late now to change it, so it is what it is. And yeah, so basically I just have one more column to do and I'll be done. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with it after I'm done. So yeah, so I don't know what to say about this project. It's not my favorite project, but also, well, I really like the idea. So the heartfelt stitch along was started as a charity stitch along, so that all like the profits from the pattern were donated to charity, basically, which is the charity is the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Sorry, I'm getting blocked up again because I'm like talking too fast, so I need to slow down and have some coffee. Oh, okay. Make-A-Wish Foundation, they help children who either have like chronic illnesses or like terminal illnesses to like make some of their dreams come true. So maybe dreams that are not really, you know, affordable or easily achievable by their families. So that foundation helps these dreams come true, which I think is a lovely cause. So I think, you know, it's very cute and it's a very lovely reason to be stitching something, but I don't really know what to do with it after I'm done. So I finished this part and then I stopped, and then again I put it aside, and I wasn't really sure because I don't know how to finish it. So I think that's kind of stopping me from actually completely finishing it, because I don't know what to do with it after I'm finished. Anyway, but that's it. So that's my heartfelt stitch along. Okay, what else should I show you? This, right, okay, so the teacups, by the way, I was looking on Caterpillar Cross Stitch yesterday because they sent me an email that they are going to be releasing a seahorse needle minder next week, which got me very excited because, you know, guys, I'm stitching on my seahorse, right? And I was like, oh, it would be amazing to have a seahorse needle minder to go with my seahorse. So I went on their website to see what other needle minders they have. It's always a bad idea because I love needle minders so much. And they have a teacup needle minder. And I thought that would be amazing to have a teacup needle minder to go with my teacups. So yes, I think it's gonna happen. But anyway, so yes, the teacups. This is a kit from Luca-S or Luca-S. I'm not sure. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, so yes, turquoise themed teacups is the title of this kit. And basically, I've done a little bit of progress, so I can try and dig out the picture from the last time I showed it to you. And then, well, I can just show you this really. I mean, this is part of it, obviously a bigger piece of fabric, but there's nothing on here. So basically, if I show you the picture again, that middle teacup here, well, because I tend to start things in the middle, and the reason for that is because when I don't start things in the middle, I tend to start in the wrong place. And then I have like a lot of fabric left on one side and not a lot of fabric left on the other side. So to avoid that, I prefer to start in the middle. But in this design, it so happens that the middle is like here. And so I was trying to stitch a bit of this teacup, but it's actually a really boring teacup because it's just a lot of white and grey until I get to these blue parts, but I'm leaving that for the end. So really, it's not like the most interesting thing to show you guys. But you can hopefully see that it resembles in some way that middle teacup. Yeah, it's getting, at least now we have the ear. Is that what you call it in English? I don't know. The handle? this bit that you're holding. That's, what is it called, guys? Tell me, what is it called in English? Let me move this. So, in Polish we call it the ear of the teacup, but I don't know what you call it in English. Who knows? But anyway, that's what I have so far on the teacup. Okay, we're almost there, guys. So the next thing actually is my seahorse. So right now I'm using a crab needle minder from my seahorse. You know that I always use the same needle minder shops, right? So it's usually either JustSewHaevenly or Denkai Designs, and I think this one's Denkai Designs actually. And if I use a needle minder from a different shop, I will tell you that. But also I try and link all these shops that I use things from in the description below, so you can have a look. But I'm quite sure this is Denkai Designs. But anyway, so my seahorse. Let me show you what it's meant to look like when it's finished. So I'm using a chart from a magazine, from an old issue of a magazine. I think it's the World of Cross Stitching, I'm not sure. But I will, again, the details are in the description below, what magazine that is. You can buy this pattern as well, I think as a PDF, but I think it may be slightly different to the magazine version. So I'm using the magazine version. And this is designed by Leslie Tier. Okay. So, oh. This is the last time you saw it. Okay. and now this is where it is today. Now it's kind of dark. Why is it so dark? Okay, can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Ah, I'm a bit further away from my camera today, and I think it's maybe focusing better when I'm further away. I don't know. I hope you can see it alright. I didn't pre-record my little videos today. I'm gonna see how it goes. If I look when I'm editing this and I see that it's not really showing very well, I may like insert another video, but I think this is actually looking alright. So basically, I didn't do that much work on it. I actually only worked on it yesterday, I think. And what I did was added this green color here. That's what I did. It's not, oh, come on. Oh, why is it so dark? There. Yes, so I did this. There's not so many colors in this design, but the ones that are there are so beautiful. I love this color. I think this is 3812. I think so. And it's this beautiful sea green. Really, really pretty. Then you have this, which I think is 3843, which is like this beautiful, super intense blue. And then after that, I think the next one maybe I'm gonna do, or you know, soon I'm gonna do, it's one of my favorite DMC colors, is 995, which is like this super bright blue. So there's some really lovely colors in this design. And there's the back stitch is mostly done in crane. But I've only done, so far I've only done this bit. But yeah, there's a lot of crane in the back stitch, and there's beads that will be going around here as well. So I think that will be absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so that's my seahorse, guys. I love this one. I love it so much. I can't wait, but also I haven't been working on it enough, but I don't know, I also like don't want to finish it too quickly, you know, because I'm really enjoying stitching on it. So if I do like a little bit now and a little bit later, you know, not rushing it too much, but also I do want to finish it before my retreat in October. I actually now have 2 retreats to go to in October. So one is the one I mentioned to you last time, which is the Floss Friends UK. By the way, Sammy, who is organizing these retreats, the Floss Friends retreats, now just this week, or just a couple days ago, she announced there is going to be 2 retreats next year, one in May and one in November, and they were already yesterday half full. So there may still be some spaces left, but if you'd be interested to go for these retreats, then I recommend that you contact Sammy. She's got a YouTube channel actually. I've only watched one of her videos so far, and it looked really good. But I was kind of in the middle of my craziness, so I couldn't like concentrate too much on it. But she looks like her channel is also really, really good. So I recommend you go and watch her. I will put the name. I think it's Lizzie's Little Loops. I can't say this. Lizzie's Little Loops. That's a tongue twister. But yeah, I will link it in the description below as well. And she's got basically there's a group on Facebook that's called Floss Friends UK. And if you join that group, you can contact her and ask her for a ticket. You can either get a day ticket or a weekend ticket for the retreat. So yeah, but I would be try and be quick, because I think it may sell out soon. But there may also be a waiting list as well, because someone may drop out, you know. But yes, I'm going to one in October, and I did sign up for May as well. Although I'm kind of worried. What if I don't like it? You know, if I go in October, I don't like it. But then I also didn't want to miss out, so I signed up for May as well. Because I've never been to a retreat before. And so yes, I would want to bring my I can't speak. Seahorse. I would like to bring my seahorse to the retreat as well. And maybe something else. We'll see what I'll have finished by October. But since my last Flosstube, I swear my coffee it doesn't contain anything. Like no, it's not spiked or anything. But what I was gonna say, since my last Flosstube, another retreat popped up. And I think there may still be spaces for that one as well, if you'd be interested. And that one actually, very conveniently for me, is in London. And it's the weekend after the Floss Friends retreat. So now I'm signed up for 2 retreats in October, one like two weekends, one after another. Very exciting. That second retreat, I think it's called Stitching in London. I think that's the name, but I may be wrong. But if you would like to find out more details about this retreat, then there's another YouTube channel that you can watch. And Mari from channel, what's the channel name? Diamonds and Stitches and Diamonds. Stitches and Diamonds. Again, look at the description below, because I may make stuff up. But you saw Mari from Stitches and Diamonds. She organizes this retreat in London, and so the best way is just to contact her. She's got a Google form that you can fill in. If you look at her most recent or one of her most recent videos, you will find the video. It says retreat on the title, so you won't miss it. So you can look at that video and sign up on that Google form, and then you will be sent more details from Mari. Okay. So that's the retreat info. It's so exciting, all these new retreats popping up, and one right at my doorstep. Yay! So lucky. I don't have to worry about like booking hotels or anything. I can just jump on a train, get there, and just enjoy myself. Huh? Amazing. Anyway, so that's that. So I just have one last, well, I have 2 more things to show you, but one really is not even a cross stitch. So you can, if you just want cross stitch, there's only one more thing that you can see, and then you can, you know, disappear if you don't want to stick around. So yes, so the All Things Sea Craft Along, I started my second cross stitch project, well, technically third, but anyway, I started another cross stitch project for this as well. I showed you in my previous Flosstube a chart that I got from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and it's a chart, I think it's called Seize the Day. And basically, well, I just started. I will insert here what it's meant to what it's meant to look like when it's finished. And yes, and so I started in the middle, kind of. Well, I started. That's a funny story. I started in the middle, and then I went sideways, and by the time I went sideways, I realized my middle was actually wrong, so I had to frog my middle. So I actually don't have the middle, but I did start in, in the middle. But the middle is frogged. But I do have a jellyfish, and I have 2 fish. It's not 2 fishes, no, it's 2 fish. 2 fish. I don't know, but I have jellyfish and 2 fish. I don't know, it sounds a bit weird. So anyway, so I'm working the under the sea part first because I kind of liked it more. Although I really want to stitch the crab. I love crabs. I think they're so funny. I was really excited. There was a crab in the aquarium and I got really excited about that crab. I just think they're such weird little things. Like, who invented a crab? Like they're the weirdest thing ever, but they're so cute. You know, and like walking sideways and stuff. They're really, really cute, but also kind of scary as well. Like when they have these big, and they have the mouth like it's moving all around. So it's kind of scary as well, but also super cute. Okay, but so for now I don't have the crab. So this is what I have. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute, guys? So this is my lovely, lovely, lovely jellyfish. I love it so much. And then there's 2 fish here. 1 and 2. There's a 3rd one here, but I didn't manage to stitch it yet. And then there's a boat here. And then there's a crab and a starfish somewhere. I don't remember. But yeah, there's lots of cute things in this design. It's basically just like a sampler of all the different things that you can relate to sea or holidays. So it's really cute. I do prefer the part, like the sea part. But also even on the beach, there's like some cute things as well. And I love these little English kind of houses. It's a very English thing, these little cute little houses that they have on the seaside. Yeah, and I think again that this I'm probably JustSewHaevenly, but I'm not sure. And the needle minder with the boat. Oh yes, and the fabric. The fabric is actually it's Fabric Flair. Look, I finally remembered what they're called. Fabric Flair. If you've been on my channel before, you'd know that I always struggle to remember what the Fabric Flair is called. Fabric Flair. This is 16 count Aida. Okay, you can't see what I'm showing you, but it's 16 count Aida. And it's called Snow on Buff, weirdly enough. But I thought it kind of, it reminds me of sand. It reminds me of sand and like, you know, these white bits. I was thinking more it's like the sun kind of sparkling in the sand and the water, and I don't know. I kind of like this fabric for this, so I decided to go with this one. And I think it's looking good so far on this fabric. So basically, I don't know what else I was gonna say about this. Pretty much all of my stitching is done in DMC. If I ever don't stitch in DMC, then I will tell you about this, because it's just so unusual for me to not be stitching in DMC that you will definitely be told. Like, I will definitely make a story out of it. 16 count Aida. And I don't know. Oh, I know. I was going to tell you where I bought the Aida from, because in case if you're in the UK and you're looking for where you can get fabrics from, this one I got from Etsy, from a shop called All About Cross Stitch. I will try and put it in the description below as well. All About Cross Stitch. So I think they're UK based because it arrived like next day, and I think I didn't have to pay for delivery as well. Okay, right, coffee. Okay. So now this is not cross stitch. So yes, if you're not interested in things that are not cross stitch, then I still admire you. You persevered all the way till this point with all my, talking about nothing. But for my craft along, the sea craft along, I also want to be doing some crochet. Basically, I want to be stitching some sea animals, or something that relates to sea. But yeah, basically like amigurumi kind of sea animals. But I'm still learning how to crochet. I'm not very good at it. It takes me a while, and I don't do it like very well. But I try. I'm ambitious. I give myself like some projects. I aspire to something. It doesn't necessarily turn out the way I aspire to, but that doesn't matter. It's all about the fun. yeah, so basically crochet, I finally started last night on my first crochet animal, and now I realized that I'm going to run out of wool, so of yarn. I don't know what's the difference between yarn and wool, to be honest. But yes, I realized, well, I guess yarn doesn't have to be made of wool, right? That's the difference. So yes, I think this is like yarn. So I realized now that I don't actually have, this floss keeps getting stuck in things. I realized that I don't actually have enough yarn, because I've stitched all this. You'll be wondering what this is. And you know, to be honest, you never know what this will turn out to be in the end. It may actually not be anything like what I intended, but actually no, I think this is actually going well so far. So I can insert a picture here of what I'm trying to make. Okay, I didn't quite realize it was going to be so big. This seems to be a recurring theme, but I think I am using a chunky yarn because I really enjoy working with chunky yarn. I don't know, I really like the feel of it, and the kind of, I like the big stitches, but then that also means that it's gonna be, the whole thing is gonna be big at the end. And I'm using a big hook just because it's easier than the small. So I'm using like I think this is like 6mm. I think I should be using 5, but I was struggling with 5, so I actually took I took a 6, and it's easier, but also that makes it bigger as well, so it's gonna be a big one. But so I'm almost there. Well, I still have quite a few rows to go here, and then, you know, so and then there'll be his bottom. So this is like a weird kind of crab. So at first, to be honest, I didn't even know this was a crab. I just found this from this I can't remember the shop name, the designer's name. It's on Etsy, so I'm gonna put it on the screen and in the description again. But this shop, I found a pattern for a starfish, which is super cute. I'll put it here as well. And then there was also this, which I wasn't sure what this was, but like a weird lobster or what is it? It's actually called a crab. So, yeah, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, because what matters is that it's super cute and I really want to stitch it. And so I've done most of the body now, but I am gonna run out. Even I don't think I'm gonna have enough to actually even finish the bottom. I don't know, maybe just, but I think I'm gonna run out before I reach the bottom. And then I need to also make, well, there's this like thing for the eyes, which I have no idea how I'm gonna make this, but I'm not gonna worry about it for now. And then there's the claws and the little things that like stick on the side. So I have to make all these. So I need to order more. So that's gonna take some time, you know, a few days to arrive. But anyway, I've got lots of other things to work on, so it's not a big deal. But at least I started on it now, and it's going pretty fast. So, you know, this shouldn't take too long, I think, to make once I have everything. And of course, again, attaching the parts is always the tricky part. You know, attaching them in the right place and attaching them so they look, you know, even and stuff. But that's okay. I'll worry about that later. But anyways, this is what I'm also working on. This yarn is so nice. So again, this is a chunky. This is actually called Chunky Monkey, which I love. I love that name. But this yarn is like, it's so soft, and it's like silky kind of feeling. It's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. And it's the colors, I've got several colors because I wasn't sure which colors I wanted to use for the different things I want to stitch. So I just ordered a bunch of different colors, and they're all so bright and beautiful. They're really, really nice, lovely colors. So I'm really enjoying working with this yarn. Okay. And really, I think this is pretty much it. I got tangled up. Right. I don't really have a haul. I haven't been really buying, because also now with my husband being away, I'm gonna have to really watch my finances, and you know, we spent quite a bit of money recently, and I have so many charts already and stuff, but there is a chart. There's always a chart. Well, I mean, there's many charts I want to buy, but on the sea theme, I remembered I remember that there's a chart that I've been wanting for a while that is actually sea themed, so I think I would really like to start stitching this one sometime soon as well. So the Owl Forest embroidery, they have a series, they have 3 charts, which I love all 3 of them, and I would really love to stitch all 3 of them. I actually have one already that I bought maybe a couple months ago, because now you can buy their charts as PDF. So these 3 charts used to only come as kits, and originally I really wanted to order them as kits, you know, with the owl forest embroidery floss as well. You know, I'd love to have that floss as well, but of course then the world kind of imploded, and now ordering things from Russia is probably not the best idea. So because of that, the Owl Forest embroidery actually now sells these 3 charts as PDF from Etsy. So they have an Etsy shop, which I think actually like is based in France. I don't know, but anyway, they I will link that Etsy shop because it's got a French name, Chouette de Forêt, I think. I will link it, and I will link this chart that I'm talking about, because basically they have these 3 charts which they called the bestiary. I don't know if that's how you say it, but they're all in the same style. One of them is the Bayun cat, which I already have and I love. One of them is the Chinese dragon, which I also love. And then the third one, which I also love, is actually a whale. Okay, and I was thinking that whale would be perfect for my all things sea craft along as well. And I would really love to stitch it actually, like, sorry, I've bumped the camera. I would really love to stitch it on like just like a, actually I found, today I was on Wool Warehouse in the morning. I was on Wool Warehouse and I was looking to order some more of that yarn, which I'm running out of. And then I realized they have a lot of like Zweigart linens, and they have like different colors of like Belfast, and Belfast is actually like one of my favorite. Sorry, I need to stabilize my camera because I keep kicking it. You don't know this because you don't see my legs, but I move my legs a lot when I talk. I like shift. That's, if you sometimes see me doing this, it's just because I keep like shifting my legs about. It's just what I do. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just too. I struggle to sit still like this. I really do. But I maybe should try next time. Next time I will try and sit like this and not move. But what I was trying to say, yes, I was on Wool Warehouse and they have all sorts of, they have many colors of Belfast. And I actually saw the color which is actually on when you go to Owl Forest shop. That's the well, it looks very much like the recommended color. So actually in the Owl Forest shop they say the recommended linen is Belfast Vintage Sahara, which I couldn't find that one, but there's a Vintage Sun which looks very much like that on the picture. So I'm thinking I could maybe order that, and that would actually look very similar. So I may do that. I may get myself some Belfast, and I may get that chart, and I would love to start this one sometime. I would just, because obviously I can't get the Owl Forest threads, I would just use, they also do like DMC conversion, basically in case if you don't have their threads. So I could just use DMCs, and that's fine. So I may do that. But other than that, I don't really have haul to show you this day. And anyway, I think like it's been a long video anyway. I've had lots of random bits to show you. Nothing very spectacular, nothing very exciting, but hey ho, it's just one of those weeks that I don't have anything, you know, very special to show. But I hope you still enjoy this video. I don't know, I hope you're having fun. It's been, you know, it's been a bit of, there's been some giggles, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day here in the UK. We've had this heat wave, we've had sun, so this is exceptional. So I'm enjoying that on one hand, but also I'm not really tolerating the heat so well right now. I don't know. It's just been like really hot, and I don't know how you guys do this when you live in like somewhere like in California, or I don't know, in like a very hot country, and you have this all the time. I don't know how you function. How do you get any work done? No, actually, it's been like the busiest week at work for me as well. So yeah, it's been quite a week. Anyway, guys, I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sorry this video wasn't more exciting than it was. But thank you so much for being here. It's so lovely to see you. My number of subscribers has been growing continuously, which I don't really know why. Honestly, I don't know why. But it's very exciting for me, and it's just like, you know, I've been getting more and more comments from you guys. I've been getting some lovely messages. I've actually made some stitchy friends, and it's just like this actually has made everything so much better for me, because as I said, like in the beginning, I have been like struggling a little bit, a bit overwhelmed, but having you guys there actually is helping so much. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you for being there for me, and you know, and putting time, like, you know, taking time out of your day to watch this video or leave a comment. It's absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, so I think that's it. I'm sure I forgot something, but it's too late now. I will not remember what it was. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a fantastic day, or, you know, a good evening if it's evening for you. I hope that you have lots of stitchy time or crafty time. I hope that you also get some sunshine where you are, and yeah, basically I just want to wish you all the best, and I hope to see you in my next video. Hopefully, well, I think next week it will be a diamond painting update, I think so, and after that I don't really know. But hopefully, like, it will be either 2 weeks or 3 weeks for my next Flosstube. I'm going to Poland at some point in August, so I need to work out when is it that I'm away. But I think I can manage to post a Flosstube just before I go, or I think, yeah, I think there's still time for me to post a video before I go, and then I'll, you know, there may be a little break at some point, or just like a pre-recorded diamond painting video or something. But yeah, there may be a little break between my Flosstubes as well, just when I'm away. So I need to work this out. But for now, I'm here. I think there will be a video before I go, and then we'll see what happens after that. Because of course, when I'm away, I wouldn't have that much. I will be stitching. I will probably be stitching on that holiday project that you know, the other seaside project that I took with me to the seaside. I'm planning to take this one to Poland. Yeah, as my holiday kind of project. Yeah, but I don't know how much stitching I will get done. Though I normally stitch on at the airport and on the plane. Yeah, but so yes, I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent again. So anyway, I will finish this video. Have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you next time. And if you're not subscribing yet, please consider subscribing. Hit the red button down below, yeah? See you next time. Bye!